Good morning, everybody. Hello, replay viewers. Thank you for watching my broadcast this morning, or wherever you are in the world. Do hit the subscribe button, share the broadcast, and you can sponsor or send awards if you really like the broadcast. So this is a box subscription, coffee subscription that you can get, and I'm giving you today £5 off. You can get a bag of this for, well, you can get the house coffee for £1.95 with free delivery, or you can get this one. There's loads of others. They usually range between £6.95 up to about £11.95. So if you take off the £5, you're getting a bag of coffee for between £2 to £3 with free delivery, which is amazing. But obviously, you can pause your subscription service if you don't want one every like, I think the minimum is like 7 days or 4 days. Or you can get one sent straight away if you desperately need some coffee, or if you want them a bit longer, you can get them every sort of 50 days. It goes up to 50 days. It's pactcoffee.com. You want to go into the to create a coffee plan, so choose which one you want to try, and then you want to pop the code in at checkout, coffee fiver, and it's just for the people in the UK. So today we're going to be doing this one. This is a Bourbon cream espresso. Now you get 250 grams of coffee which has been roasted within the last couple of days, which is what I really like about it. So if you want fresh coffee, it cuts out the that middleman in the supermarket. So it's roasted and then it's posted directly to you, which I think is amazing. You get, now the reason I came on the other day, and you get if you buy one of the V60s, which is this. These are about £5 online. You get a little scoop inside, but they're only 12 grams. So this coffee, you can get coffee which is for the V60, but this coffee is for the cafetiere or French press. Now the reason it was 12 grams is because it works out directly how many grams of coffee you would get per bag. So you get 16 cups of coffee from each bag. So if you do want to try the coffee, if you've got one of the V60s and you're getting the coffee for the V60, just make sure you're having a little bit more coffee. But the V60 is 12 grams, whilst the espresso is 16 grams, which makes 16 cups of coffee, I think I got that right. Probably confused myself. Hello, Caroline. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. So just letting you know, pactcoffee.com. Use the code coffee5. You get £5 off, free delivery. Your first bag's £1.95 for the house coffee. But we're trying this one today. This is a Bourbon cream espresso, and this is a as I say, it's a grind course, which is for a cafetiere or a French press. So I'm sure you probably need some of this morning, Caroline. How did your let me know yesterday how your evening went, whether you had a few drinks and things. So this will be perfect if you say got a bit of a hangover. Okay, but yeah, Bourbon cream. So what we're going to first do, what I like to do, and we're going to review this as well. I do like to review the coffees. As I say, you could try this in the V60, but it's not for the V60, okay? This is for the cafetiere. So the next lot of coffee that I do get will be a fruit and nut coffee, which will be for the V60. So we'll give it a real good try. So you want 250 grams of hot boiling water. So make sure you set your kettle. Now when it arrives, it's very flat, as you can see. So we're going to open this up. Make sure there's quite a lot in here. You could even put this into a it's definitely filled up to the top. So once you open it up, just make sure it all falls to the bottom, otherwise you get coffee everywhere. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Now this one doesn't have it does have a sealer. Yeah, it does have a sealer. So that's why see these bags, they've got like a sealer at the top. So you can just fold. Oh, that smells really good. You can see. I'm in mourning for the UK. I know we won't talk about that today. So all I'm going to say to anybody that's watching is it's currently number 1 in the UK chart. So it just shows you. Just shows you. And it was I think it was number 5. Well, when it first was released, it was like number 12 in the charts. And then it came back into the charts, and it was number 6 yesterday. And then it's gone to number 1 this morning. So there you go. It just shows you, doesn't it? So let's get this open. So I'm going to use this scoop. So I'm only going to use 1 scoop. Now they do advise you to use the coffee within within 6 weeks. So we're going to pop this in here into the cafetiere. I'm going to add a little bit extra actually. Well, actually, it was quite strong. But... So if you want to get £5 off, as I say, go on the website and use that, and then you can just pause or cancel. I've set mine to every 50 days. But when you think about it, even without the discount, you know, like £6 or £7 or £8 for 16 coffees is just like slightly more than what you would get for the coffee pods. And you actually sort of, you know, even though I love a coffee machine, it's nice to have a different type of coffee with different flavors as well. So okay, so you got 200. Well, I'm going to use 300 actually. I used a little bit more. Obviously, if you're making for one person, just use 1 scoop. If you're doing it for 2 scoops, and then a bit more water as well. So I'm just going to get my jug. Get my jug ready, and then what we'll do is we'll rate this coffee and see what it tastes like out of 10. So I'm going to add 300 like I added yesterday. So this is the Bourbon Espresso. You meant for 250, but I'll add a little bit more because it helps the brewing process. Okay, so let's pour this in. Just like that. Oh, it smells nice. So this one's the Bourbon Espresso. Let's grab my top for my cafetiere. So we'll just pop this. Well, you need to give it a stir first of all. We seem to be all doing coffee at the moment for some reason, but I love coffee and I love different ways of making coffee, and it's nice to be able to learn how to do your own real fresh coffee at home. So we've poured 300 millilitres of hot boiling water. We're just going to pop this on the top and push that down. Obviously, if you're making more, you need more coffee and more water. So we're just going to leave that now for about 2 minutes. Well, 4 minutes actually, 4 minutes. So I'm just going to grab a cup, and then we'll try this black on its own, and then we'll try it with milk. So I'm just going to go and grab my piece of paper so we're ready to give this a score out of 10. So 1 second. Okay. So what we did, if you're new to watching my broadcasts, please follow, subscribe, because I don't just do like reviews and things like that. I like to try different. I do cooking and I do quizzes and all sorts, and travel videos as well whenever I'm out and about. So do hit that subscribe button. Today, as I said, we're doing coffee, but the last few broadcasts I've done have been on on the packed coffee subscription. So we did house coffee on Friday, I think it was a couple of days ago. If you've not watched that broadcast, go and watch that back. We did the house coffee, which is the cheapest blend. So as I say, that one's actually £6.95, £6.95, but with the discount, it'll come to £1.95 with free delivery. This one's a little bit more, £7.95, and this is the Bourbon Espresso. Let me just write that down. Espresso. We did the house coffee with the V60. If you don't know what a V60 is, it's just like it's portable, sort of a portable coffee machine. There you go. Can you see that? And you put that over your cup like that, with filters in at the top, and it stops the coffee from going into the cup. So the filters help, and then you brew the coffee that way, and it'll drip down into the cup. So that's the V60, but you've got to have the special blend for that. We've tried it with the coffee that's for the cafetiere, and there was a completely different taste to using it in the cafetiere. So when we did the house coffee, the coarse blend, so the house coffee coarse blend in the cafetiere on its own with no milk, I gave it an 8 out of 10. The cafetiere, then I gave it, with milk, I gave it a 9 out of 10. The house coffee with cafetiere on its own, we gave it a 9 out of 10. And then with milk in the cafetiere, I gave it a 10 out of 10. So quite high expectations here. So I said this is the Bourbon Espresso. We're just going to give it another 2 minutes, and then we shall do the taste test. So thank you, Green Tea, for following me. I guess you like tea. I made a very nice avocado tea on, I think it was last Sunday actually, or was it last week? So if you're watching on Haps, go back through the broadcasts, and you could even just search avocado tea, and I'm in Haps, and I'm sure my broadcast will appear. So definitely give that a try, but don't ever eat the seed. Never eat the seed. Just boil it. So another minute, and then we'll make a start. So let me know how the weather is where you are. It's a bit cloudy today, but it's not raining. We had a lot of rain and wind yesterday, and apparently it's going to get really sunny next week. Well, end of next week. So we're going to get a bit of warmer weather, but not as hot as what it has been over the last couple of years. So I don't think I left it as long last time. So with this having bourbon, I want all the flavour to come out. I probably should have added extra water in, but this is only a test for the first time. So yeah, if you want any of the coffee, go and get some from the website. It's easy to cancel, so don't think you're going to get, as long as you change the length of time between your coffee, so you won't be charged for a bag. But you know, it's nice coffees. Hello, Russian bot. Thanks for coming in. So as I said, this is the Bourbon Espresso. So as I said, the code, if you want the discount, it's coffee, 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 and fiver, FIVER, coffee fiver. That gives you £5. It also gives you £5 off some of the pods as well. So if you've got a coffee machine, you can actually get £5 off 40 of the pods if you want to try the pods instead of the. Some people might not like, or might not even own one of these. So definitely check that out. Okay, so we're going to push this down. It's had long enough to brew. I think most of it's fallen down anyway. I think next time I'll add more water. But I only want 1 cup, so it's going to be obviously a lot stronger. So we're going to pour this in. I don't know if you can see very well. Here we go. Oh, well, I need some jazz music. So I'm going to fill it to the top, have a taste of it without any milk. It smells really nice. Okay, so let's just smell it first of all. Okay. Okay, so it's quite, it's definitely coffee, I should say that. It's got quite a vanilla flavour to it, like a vanilla smell. Okay, let's just give it a stir as well. So I didn't stir it last time. So have a little taste, see what it tastes like. So cheers, everybody. It's going to be 84, is it, in Cleveland? Wow, that's hot. We're sort of getting temperatures of less than 15 degrees here. It's not really gone over 15 since we had a really hot spell at the sort of end of March, and it got to about 23 degrees for one day, and then it went really cold. So cheers, everybody. Let's have a little taste of this. Oh, that's not too bad actually. It's got a sort of zesty flavour to it. Now I'm not, I mean, it's meant to be bourbon, as in, like, I know obviously bourbon comes from, you know, goes into the whiskey and that sort of thing, and that's where some of the flavours come from. But over here, bourbon, it's meant to be bourbon cream, as in the bourbon cream biscuits that we have. So it's kind of does have a sort of bourbon flavour to it. I'm not really getting a lot of hints of it though, because I know what a bourbon biscuit tastes like. There is a little bit there. There is a little bit of flavour. But that's quite nice. I mean, again, I never drink black coffee on its own. I can't stand black coffee on its own. But that, I can drink black coffee. I can drink this type of coffee, this black coffee. It's really nice. So I can, you know, I don't need to add milk to it. Now, when it says cream, bourbon cream, you'd expect it to be quite milky and sort of, you know, have milk in it already, or be quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Quite like watered down in that sense, you know, not as much coffee, not as strong, a bit like a latte, but it does have that a little bit, but it's not overpowering. It's quite nice actually. It's not as bitter either as what you expect black coffee to be. So that's really nice. Out of 10 for the Bourbon Espresso. Again, I would probably add more water to it when I'm brewing it in the cafetiere, and that's one thing I've not really done. So, but then you get it's meant to be an espresso, so it's meant to be a short coffee. You know, you drink it quickly, and it has that effect. So out of 10 without milk for the Bourbon cream. So without milk or black on its own, I'd probably give it an 8 because it's not. I preferred the other one actually. The house coffee was actually better than this. Maybe the fact they've added this extra, you know, this extra into the coffee. It's sort of, it takes away the full experience, if that makes sense. It's probably just the house coffee with the extras, because I reckon the whole type of coffee is just house coffee, and then they add the extras. So it's a bit like when you buy a coffee from a you know, Starbucks or another coffee chain, and they add all this extra to it. So and a coffee's all the same, isn't it? Well, it depends on how it's being made, but somebody probably disagrees with me on that one. But coffee is, you know, depends on where it's grown. So without milk, I'm going to give it an 8. An 8 out of 10. Let's add some milk to it then, and we'll finish this off. So I do get little hints of bourbon, but it's nothing. It's not powerful. That's why I like to do these reviews, to say, well, if I'm going to get that, I would like more bourbon flavour. I might get more when I put in the milk, because usually you'll taste it more with. Maybe because I'm not used to drinking black coffee, I sort of have nothing to compare it to. So if you're a regular espresso drinker, then you might get more of a, you know, more of a hit. Okay, so we're going to try it without milk. Already I can smell the bourbon. Now that's better with milk. Yeah, I can smell it more now because of the cream. Maybe because maybe it's the cream from the milk. I don't know. But let's have another taste of this one. Oh, that's much better. Again, I prefer my coffee with milk, but that's much better. I can definitely taste it now. Imagine you've had either a coffee or a hot drink or a cup of tea. You've got some bourbon biscuits. You've dunked it in. That's what it tastes like. That is what it. Or maybe some of the bourbon biscuits have like crumbled into your cup of tea or something. But I know it's coffee, but this is really nice. Not as good as the house coffee with, you know, with the milk, but that's actually quite nice. It's got I've noticed a lot of these coffees tend to be quite. They have more cocoa in them, so they're quite heavy, like, you know, in terms of, even though it all comes from the same plant anyway. But you know, you've got cocoa, you have dark chocolate. Let's check this one again. It actually has, so it's actually grown by Gilberto Basilio in Maria Pacas. It's bourbon cream biscuits, so it's only hints of bourbon cream biscuits, and it's a dark espresso. But that is really nice. I think that's actually one of my favourites with the milk. So I'm going to give that a 10. It's getting a 10. So with milk, the bourbon espresso, but it's got to be with milk. Again, cafetiere. It'll be interesting to see what the other one, the fruit and nut one, tastes like with the V60, because I think the V60 is more of a quicker alternative for when you don't want to be carrying a load of, you know, big equipment with you, or coffee machines, or say you're on holiday and you just want to have a quick coffee or something. But I prefer the cafetiere over the V60. So, you know, definitely still worth getting a V60. It depends on what sort of coffee you're wanting. But I think I have my coffee with milk. But I say the black coffee tastes quite nice, but it's better with milk for me. So I'm going to give that a 10. So that is now competing with the house coffee in the cafetiere. So there you go, guys. So I won't be on. Well, we'll be on tomorrow. So thanks for watching, everybody, and go and get your coffee if you can do. So give the house coffee a try. If you've got a cafetiere, use that one. Give the Bourbon Espresso a try. It's good to say it's got hints. It's not overpowering, so don't expect it unless you had more of the coffee into your machine. And so it's meant to be an espresso anyway. So cheers, everybody. Yeah, that's really nice. I actually really like that one. Obviously, I wouldn't have it every day, but it's nice as a treat, and it's quite different as well. So thank you for watching, everybody.